Hi, it's John. I'm here in the beautiful area called Cumbria in England, and this is the town of, I think it's the town of Kendal. Really beautiful. We're staying just across the bridge at the old schoolhouse, and it's a really beautiful area. I just want to give you a quick walk across and show you. So, this bridge, I must admit, there's been a lot of rainfall and the water looks quite high, and it feels like they're busy building flood defences just next to where we're staying for a couple of nights. And I wanted to share with you this beautiful ambiance. The place opposite, this is the Tannery Bar and Bistro. It's part of the hotel. And isn't that a beautiful building? I believe we get access to the hotel pool and gym facilities, so definitely looking forward to exploring that. And this is the bridge. Well, it's a bridge, but this is a very old pub called The Bridge. And then let's take you across. I'd like to take you across the other side of the bridge as well. I'm in full on. Hi, I'm John, and I'm a YouTuber, and I'm vlogging. Okay, let me take you across the road as well. Second. It's funny when I come to places like this. I feel like, oh, I should be more knowledgeable, and but I know it's a really beautiful area, and we've visited briefly before. I don't think we've ever stayed in Kendal before. Let's take across the other side of the bridge. What is really beautiful is the area. So the area of Cumbria has the Lake District, and that is some people call it a miniature Scotland in the northwest of England, which is just wonderful, right? And this is the flood defences I was talking about, and we're staying just in a place just over here. So yeah, it's beautiful. I thought I'd come out as well before the traffic gets too heavy to even be able to talk to you. And the rain is meant to be raining a lot. We're right next to a church. I'd like to check that out as well because it's really, really old. Oh, some history, fantastic. Look at this. Been ice skating on it. A century ago, the winters were much colder, and when the river froze, there was free skating. Everyone had skates in those days, and it was very popular. Free skating. And it says the bridge is very ancient, probably dating from the 13th century and replacing a ford. It spans the River Kent, which gives Kendal, Kent Dale, its name, and is one of the fastest flowing rivers in the country. Wow. Quick to rise and quick to fall, and floods have always been a frequent hazard. Yeah, I definitely felt that. And then it just said they've been rebuilding it in 1781. The floods can go up to 8 feet of water. Wow. I definitely felt like the place that we're staying at has been flooded before. And the oldest house was in existence in the 14th century, but was altered a lot in Tudor times. And across the road, Sledle Hall, dating from around 1600. Ooh, very cool. And there's a map. That map's cool. So it's 5 minutes to town centre, 3 minutes to the Quaker Tapestry. Kendal Castle's 14 minutes, and a bus station as well. Very nice. What a lovely place. Yeah, let's head across the road and take a quick look at this church. And then I'm going to go get some breakfast. I just wanted to give you a quick tour of where we are. yeah, today we're thinking of a swim, and then going to the cinema. These are all rainy day activities, right? And then maybe have some food out as well. So that's this building here is the neighbours to us where we're staying at the old schoolhouse. So this is St George's Parish Community Church. Let's have a wee look, make sure I don't get run over. I really just wanted to get a view from the outside of it. It looks like the turret's just up there behind the trees. Yeah, you can see one now. That is that it's been taken down. That it was much bigger. Wow, very old, very beautiful. And just such magical stone here. We can have a wee look around the side and head out the other way. It was raining a lot yesterday, and you can hear it in the river behind us. Wow, very beautiful. And these trees are really beautiful. I'm gonna have a quick chat with I think it's an oak tree around the side, so let's go and have a chat. Just before we go, what question shall I ask the tree other than permission to talk to it? I'm going to ask about the floodings and the flood activity here. I'll just ask when was the last flood. Hello tree, it's permission to talk with you. Senses of flood 3 years ago. And I was just looking at this thing up here. It looks a bit like a speaker or a bell. And the tree was laughing, saying, "Oh, it's for." Can you see it? There it is. There. This thing here. The tree was laughing, saying, "Oh, they put bells up on the tree, so that when the water gets up there, the river flow makes the bell ring." I never heard of that. Wow, that's just in case I guess you're sleeping and there's a flood. So maybe this is the shortest walking tour of a little bit of Kendal. Thank you for joining me, and looking forward to sharing some more about our adventures. Hope you're doing well, and yeah, today's meditation message was all about just making sure you're grounded and that you're getting regular walks in nature, drinking plenty of water, and with all of what's going on in the world at this time, please take good care of yourself. As you can tell from my puffy, sleepy eyes, I've been sleeping lots. Okay, take care, sending love. Hello, I'm back outside. Patch has decided it's walk time. And look at this. Let's have a look. Wow, check it out. So we're staying just across the road, not that building you can see there, but just behind it, behind the trees. And so this river is running just to the side of us. And I must admit, when you're sleeping next to rivers, you just have a really beautiful experience, because you can really enjoy this constant release of energy. And I also wanted to respond a bit to some of the predictions that we've heard about today, July 5th. Okay, I'm getting used to holding my phone on its side, and accidentally pressing buttons and stopping recording. So yeah, to recap, we've been going through this shift for quite a few years now, and yes, it's a roller coaster. It goes up and down every day, and there's just new experiences. Oh, an old post box. And yeah, we love, as humans, we love these specific dates, right? We love, oh, there's, July 5th, something big's going to happen. And yet you can argue every day something big is happening. Parts of me wish that, you could have things like real-time access to the Schumann resonance, which has always resonated with me as the most similar measurement to things like our, it has alignment with our brain waves and our heart rates. And yet I also feel that it's important to understand that these are just small parts of a larger equation, and that larger equation is a whole broad range of frequencies, some of which we're aware of and have some understanding of in modern science, and others go way beyond that. And one of these aspects is I describe the term I use, and my guides use, my galactic guides use, as Ascension Waves, which are very broad frequency waves. They are in the, if we feel into them in the light spectrum, for example, they're much higher up into ultraviolet and beyond our human capability of seeing. And some of the manifestations that we see that come into our spectrum can be aurora borealis, northern lights. We can see the effect on the electrical side of the our storms and weather. So, and there's much more. There's the gravitational effect on the Earth, including the activity that we see beneath and just above the Earth. So, volcanoes, earthquakes, tremors. These are more of the symptoms of these higher vibrational energies hitting the Earth at this time. I also resonate absolutely with the sun, to some extent catching up, but it's with Earth. It's not that the sun has been lagging behind due to capability. It's more because the sun had been intentionally holding back. So a lot of these bursts and flurries now that we can see are much more to do with the fact that the sun is saying, okay, I see the Earth is ascending, has already ascended up, and there are fifth dimensional versions of Earth already. It's more now that it's okay, and there's a readiness to continue up, for the sun to continue up now into the fifth dimension. So these are really the activities that we see born into the sun's solar activity, solar flares, the sunspots, the plasma that flows from the sun to Earth, the magnetics. Everything that we have an understanding of is going through a heightened phase of activity now. There are, out of all this, it's important to understand that as well as the sun's increase in activity, there are simple and natural processes that balance all of this. Like, this process is not unique to Earth and to the sun. The experiences and exactly how it happens are likely unique. However, there's definitely a case of there's definitely a case of this being a natural process, and I have seen in client sessions souls, people that hold roles of supporting solar systems, star systems through their ascension journeys, and holding space. So they will often hold a protective bubble around the star system to support this activity, to help. I'm trying to avoid the word contain, but perhaps, nurturing, to wrap the hands around the area and say, it's okay to go through your ascension now. It reminds me a bit of parenting teenagers, that you create a safe space, a safe home for them, and you really set them free and allow them to go through their own ascension. They step out of childhood into adulthood and become a much broader version of themselves. And there's lots of highs and lows in that, right? It definitely feels that we're going through our teenage years. So this is the activity of the sun and the earth. There are these balancing and grounding effects of the earth and sun's grounding connections. So for the earth, the root chakra of earth connects into our sun, and the root chakra of our sun connects into our galactic sun, our Milky Way sun, and so on. So this also continues from our galactic sun right into the universal sun, and the universal sun into source. So there's this circuit, if you like, this series of connections that flow through and continue to support the excess of energy. So it might appear, that the lack of earth intelligence, come on, Patch, or apparent lack of earth intelligence or apparent lack of sun intelligence. I firmly believe Mother Gaia and the sun, this Ra soul energy, they are sentient and they are very much alive. And when you feel into that, you realize that actually, if they're alive, they probably know what they're doing. They know what they're going through. Oh, there's a heron over here. That's so cool. Can we capture that? Don't wander off, Patch. I tried to drop my phone in the river as well. There's the heron. You can just see it. So yeah, with sentience, comes intelligence and purpose, and knowing why, why the sun and earth are doing this, and also this communication between the two, that the sun and earth are in communication with each other and are constantly talking about how much can you take. Now, it's still a rough ride, right? It's still rough being human. It's still rough going through these big changes. And what I do believe is that many of the forces at play don't really understand what it's like being a human through these times, but they're trying their best, and they're listening to our feedback as well. So, giving your feedback to your guide, saying, oh, this is a bit much, or what should I do today to help ground my energy? Should I come and spend time by a river? Should I spend time in meditation? Should I go for a walk in nature, walk barefoot on the ground, grass, sand, water, earth, stone? What should I do to really work on my human today? So these are really important, aspects to understand. The other thing I was receiving from my guides is that the earth the hearts of the earth and sun are also connected. This is a connection that we also share, or should I say, this is a similar pattern that we share in common with our guides. Our guides connecting with our hearts. So having a big open heart, keeping out of fear, really helps with these experiences. It's really funny because someone just passed me with an umbrella, and it's not really raining at the moment, and it helps us realize that we're all just human going through this, right? We're all just doing our very best to be able to work through these shifts, and it can be a scary time when you don't know what to expect. Do know that it's all for our highest good, and that yes, there are attempts to stop this, contain this, control this, to keep us in fear, to continue to propagate negative experiences and say, this is terrible. There's going to be all these negative things that are going to happen to you, and you need to be in fear, and you need to prepare. Of course, that's going to happen, but just know that it's okay. It's okay to acknowledge these. It's okay, and just keep up your regular practice. And I loved today's meditation message. And today's meditation message was all about, the spaces in between breaths, the spaces in between thoughts, the spaces in between heartbeats. It is these spaces, including the spaces between the Schumann resonance spikes. These are the most important times for us, because when we're not being bombarded, when we're not going through the persistent shift and ascension waves, what we're experiencing is an opportunity to integrate, and it allows our bodies to, excuse me, it's a fly goes in my eye, it allows us really to connect in with our bodies. Our bodies do have design to support this, including, so my guides are just sharing this with me now, there's a lot of latent, let's use the word latent DNA, waiting as receptors for ascension waves, and these codes, these programs that are being transmitted through ascension waves are directly from source into our bodies, into our hearts, and into our DNA, and to begin the activation process. Some of us are beginning those activation processes, some of us are stepping into the activation process, and some of us are already working through it, and each of us go through these activations at different rates, and we have unique experiences. Each of our bodies, just as our bodies are uniquely formed, our DNA is also unique, and our ability to take on these ascension waves and fully integrate them is also unique. And so this practice of whenever you're grounding, meditating, walking in nature, you're allowing yourself space and time and energy to receive these ascension waves. And this means that you're making the most progress when you're doing nothing, in the silence, in the receiving. It's really beautiful. There's a kid's toy, I don't know if you can see it through the window here, it's a lovely unicorn, just there in the centre of the church. Isn't it lovely seeing a unicorn in a church? And if you're ever feeling fearful or a bit freaked out or wondering what's going on, including earth changes, storms, earthquakes, volcanoes, I just encourage you to remember that Earth has always been going through many changes, but these now, yes, we feel this in our bones and in our water, right? That a lot of these changes are linked to humans, but it's less about our destruction of Earth and more about our ascension. It's a preparation for ascension and the actual activation of ascension. So yeah, I hope this finds you well, and it's been an honour to share these messages. If you have any questions, any topics you'd like me to cover, just let me know, and look forward to sharing more with you. Take care, sending love from England. Hi, it's John. Breathe with me. Take a deep breath in through the nose. And breathe out what no longer serves your highest good, nice and loud. And today the message from my spirit guides is, in between each breath, and in between each heartbeat, in between each thought, there are moments, these gaps where we're not doing, we are able to receive. Today we encourage you to receive the messages from your body and in your heart in particular. Allow your heart to tell you how your heart is feeling. Allow your body to speak and tell you how it's feeling. Ground regularly, barefoot on the earth, and release all of this built up electrical discharge. Release it into the earth. Send them a love from Cumbria in England. I love you.